recently did a video that Main Street, you the general public, should be jumping for joy over. And that was my consumer credit video. Consumer credit is down. Not that being able to get credit is down, but that people, you, the public, are no longer spending as much as you did, right? To the tune of like 10, 20, 30%, which is a huge drop. You know, they calculate things in like 1 to 2%, right? In each quarter, in each time frame. Folks, we are in a global depression. I know that the news keeps saying that the recession is over. We are in a recession. This is the Great Recession. We are in a full-fledged free fall economically. What does that mean to you? That means that people cannot hire people if you want to do the whole work for somebody else. People cannot hire people. And this whole thing about minimum wage, it's just more manipulation to get you to talk about the global credit and the Great Recession, to put forward the idea that we're in a recession and not in a depression. They have become so sophisticated with the way that they report economic data that they can come across and say, hey, we're in a recession, not a depression, or hey, economic data is showing that we are out of the recession. We're not out of the recession. We're not out of the depression. There are more people who don't work at all and have given up work almost to the point, in the United States at least, to the point that they are equal to the people with a job. And I don't mean with a 40-hour job. I mean with a part-time minimum wage job. This last data that came out and said it was 295,000 new jobs created in the last quarter, or the last month actually, is completely false. We have a labor pool and we have a out of labor pool. The out of labor pool moving into the labor pool was 90,000. So how can 90,000 people get 295,000 jobs? Obviously it's wrong. What actually happened was people with a part-time job got another part-time job, which means that our economy is not doing any better than it was. And this is what they're trying to say, is that this is the most historic economic data that we've had since 2013. So not only is it a lie, it's a big fat lie. If you hear reports that saying that consumer credit is down, or consumer spending on credit is down, you should be jumping for joy, because that means that the inflation that the Federal Reserve is trying to put upon us with the QE, quantitative easing, that means we as Main Street are tightening the monetary system. If you don't spend, that means that interest rates go up. The reason that you don't spend is because that creates deflation. Putting more money into the monetary pool creates inflation. It inflates the dollar, lowers the value of the dollar, and you, by not spending, increase the value of the dollar. Right now, we are a debt system economy. That means that when you put stuff on credit, when you take out loans, it creates money out of thin air. If you stop doing that, it will shore up the money, tighten the money, lower the inflation, which increases the value of the dollar. So it's a good thing if you don't spend your money. Now, I'm probably shooting myself in the foot because I subsist on advertisement from people, and they may not want to advertise with this particular video, but I just have to tell you the information, why you should be jumping for joy over this. Anyway, there you have it. That's the information that I wanted to convey across to you. I keep saying, don't buy your iPhones, don't buy a new car, don't trade in your car, don't lease a car, don't buy a new house, don't buy a new this, don't buy retail. Go to secondhand stores for everything, including phones, video games, cars, clothing, everything. You can always wash some clothes. You can steam clean some clothes, right? You can always steam clean a car. You can always steam clean a sofa. Get a secondhand sofa and make it brand new with steam cleaning, a lot of that sort of stuff. You do not have to spend retail full value for something. Go to the bargain bins if you absolutely need something. How about you learn to subsist unless I had a friend tell me, he said, I don't want to go back to the country because in the country you have to subsist on very little, but they never went hungry. Never. They did canning. They did pickling, sewed their own clothing. There's no absolute need to go buy brand new stuff and throw away all this packaging. It's funny, the same person actually said, why are they giving me these tiny bottles? I want a big bottle. That's just it. And they said, all of that is waste. I'm like, you see, the city life is going to give you convenience. So you get one drink out of a bottle, throw the bottle away, instead of just getting a big bottle and drinking to your heart's content until you're full, until you want to go back to the store a month later or 2 months later because you bought a whole bunch of bulk stuff all at once. You don't have to make all the trips. You don't have to waste all the gas. Anyway, thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.